Hey everyone, I'm doing another one of my demo spreads. This is called Raven of Hope. This is a 10 card spread. This is just a demonstration. This isn't for anybody, but if it resonates with you, that's awesome. If it doesn't, it's just, like I said, a example of what the spread will look like when you purchase from my shop. Once again, I'm going to leave a disclaimer. I did channel this message myself through Spirit. You're more than welcome to use it on your shop as long as you give me credit that I'm the one that created it and you could sell it on your own shop. I call on my guides and your guides and all beings of light to assist me with this reading, and that everyone watching this gets a clear and accurate message for them. And that is just my opening prayer. I always say that. And today I'm using the Crow Tarot again. And I have some Amazite, Pyrite, and Idolite. I have some High John the Conqueror root. I have a clear quartz, citrine, and amethyst. And then this is just a candle I got from Bath & Body. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and just see what comes through. I'm going to go through each position, answer the questions, or pull a card for each position. Okay, so the first card is Raven of Foundation. What is your foundation in life? So this is the Knight, or the King of Wands in reverse. That's interesting. So to me, this card is saying the foundation is about understanding your own strength, understanding your own weaknesses, and working to benefit you. It's also about strength because we have not only the sun involved in this depiction, but we also have the lion. We also know what our anger can do to destruct and to reconstruct. When we see this symbol right here, this is the Infinity 8. And this is also about really seeing things for what they truly are, not what we want them to see. It's taking off the rose-tinted glasses and really seeing that our foundation is what we make it. And this is also, to me, about understanding who motivates you. Is it someone else? And if it is, if that person gets taken away, where's your motivation? It's about understanding how your foundation can be a very big aspect of your success and also your constant cycles of repeating lessons. So what I would say, if this was a person, if this was a client, I would tell them to really look into how they direct their energy. How are you taking accountability for your foundation? Are you becoming a complete victim? Are you wanting to be in complete control? Are you letting some things work themselves out? And how is that going to affect your overall life? How is that kind of working into every area of your life? How can you better strengthen your foundation? Or how could you still kind of try to figure out what it currently is? Because when I look at this card right now, I feel like because when I'm looking at this, I'm hearing, are you taking your own advice? Are you really channeling the advice that you need? Are you giving it to other people? Is it easier to have an outside view than it is to really work through things internally? The second position is, what wings are ready to take flight in your life? This is interesting. So we have the 5. It looks like the 5 of Swords in reverse. So when we look at this in the upright position, right, we're looking at conflict. We're looking at different point of views going after each other's point of views. We're looking at kind of like like a collaboration of anger, right? So what we're really looking at with this being in reverse, we're looking at how can you take all of your disappointments, all of your past anger, and really channel that to really move yourself forward. A lot of this reading right here is about a lot of motivation. It's about the mind. It's about understanding your mindset and how it's affecting your physical actions. It's also about releasing some past mental chatter, past cobwebs, so to speak, in your mind. And it's about understanding where are you fighting against yourself and where are you still currently fighting others that might not be the actual reality of it. What I mean by that is, how are you still fighting a battle that's probably already said and done and over with? And how is that causing you to stay put? How is that causing you to stay stagnant? And when we're looking at this certain position, we're looking at where are you, and again, I'm hearing the wings. I'm hearing weakness, allowing it to kind of, I don't want to say use it as a crutch or let it paralyze you, but why are you still coddling these wings? And I say that with quotations because this is like a symbolic spread. This is about understanding where is it time to take action. And I don't mean just be sporadic and be impulsive. You've had, there's no way, and Spirit's like really wanting me to say this. And it's not laughing, it's not mocking, it's not making fun, but where is it are you using that? Again, it's another block you're placing in front of yourself. You're not going to be impulsive. This is not an impulsive decision at all. This is not an impulsive thought. None of it. Because you've been sitting on this for a while. So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but Spirit really wants you to step forward and be like, okay, it's time. It's time to make the choice. It's time to move on. It's time to take flight. It's time to take that risk. The third position is Raven of Hope. What is the hope that is coming for your future? So what things are coming? And we have the Sun in reverse. So a lot of reverse cards. So there is a lot of inner work. If I was to say this was an actual reading for a client or even for myself, even if I was going to use this as an example. The Sun, as we know, is about the prosperity and abundance and feeling joyous and feeling that energy, feeling healthy, feeling spontaneous, not being very fearful, okay? It's not like the Fool where it's a beginning. This is more of you've been in it for a while. You've got some tools you can use to help you regain what they're saying is stamina. I'm not sure why they would throw that in there, but that's what I'm going with. But this is saying there is a lot of hope, but you're not wanting to see it. And what I mean by that is when we have the Sun in reverse, this could also be another point of view. It could be a mindset. It could be maybe someone or something is distracting us from seeing the hope. We don't want to see the hope because we're afraid we're going to get shut down again. What I'm hearing is, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people in my past, where I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall. You know, I'm not going to sit here and be positive where I'm going to be toxic in a positive way. I'm living in reality. Reality, I'm going to say it, sucks, you know, is what Spirit's saying. A lot of you might even have said this with your own words. But this is saying, don't let that hope be taken away from you because of your fear, because of your past experiences. We're talking about the present and going into the future. And the hope that's coming is a lot of great hope. And with this card, we see a lot of beauty in it, right? But with it being in reverse, we're looking at it from almost like a past filter. We're not looking at it in the present moment and going into the future. And they're giving me that Bible verse of, you know, how it goes, before I knew you, before you formed in the womb, I know what plans I have for you. Those Bible verses is what I'm hearing. So That is the blessing that's coming, is more than you know. The hope that you have is more than you know. Whether it be in this physical realm, on this earth, or it be afterlife, you have a lot of hope. You have a lot of things to look forward to, but you're not wanting to see that, and you're wasting your energy. It's causing you burnout. It's causing you maybe some anxiety and depression. It's causing a lot of it. I'm hearing hope. The hope is being burnt out. So whatever it is, and I'm seeing someone lick the tips of their fingers and then taking out a flame. So a lot of you are wanting to see how much more pain you can stand, and they're telling you don't do that. You're strong. You don't have to prove yourself. So for whatever reason, it's almost like there is a lot of your hope is coming from a skewed point of view. Number 4 is Raven of Blessings. What new blessings are about to come around the corner? So we have Justice in reverse. So again, this is about understanding that things are going to be changing. Might not be in the way that you want, but it's definitely for the better. And it might not make sense at first. It might seem like it is an injustice, but definitely is a justice. It's about understanding that your justice and how you measure things in life is not the way that Spirit sees it. Spirit sees a bigger picture. They see everybody involved. They see behind the scenes, everything. So really what's around the corner is a bigger blessing than what you can even conjure up in your own mind. You can't even fathom it right now, okay? And so what's around the corner is something big, something that is not just going to affect you, it's going to affect other people as well. And I don't mean that in a negative way, I mean that in a very positive way. But like I said, at first it might seem what Spirit's saying screwed up, but really I am seeing someone tighten a screw and then loosen a screw. So it's almost as if, and they're showing me, like when you put a screw into a piece of wood, and it makes, sometimes if you do it too much, it can make a bigger hole, right? So what I'm seeing is it's going to make more room for more opportunities, more room for healing, more room for a lot of information to come through, is what I'm hearing. We also have the next position, which is number 5. What song is calling you? Now, this song, it's more of like a theme. It's more of an archetype. It's not like an actual song like, you listen to on the radio, which it could be. And if you kind of see that, go for it, We have the King of Cups. So, wow, this is about understanding your emotional intelligence and understanding that you can help other people. You can collaborate. You can even be a mentor to somebody. The song that is calling you is a lot about independence. It's a lot about emotional. I'm hearing retribution, but I also hear it's about emotional growing up. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a very empowering way. We also see a lot of water, as it is the suit of cups, but I'm getting really drawn to this right here and saying that you might be called to help people feel more in their element. A lot of people's going to feel like a fish out of water, so to speak. They feel very unappreciated, very unheard, and you're going to be that role model to make and create their own atmosphere. And I don't mean comfort zone, like let's stay in it, we're never going to get out of it. It's more of like, let's build something that we can be comfortable in, but we're not going to be comfortable in forever. It's going to be a rest and rejuvenate kind of environment so we can go forward and we can get into deeper waters because we're going to have more confidence. We're going to spread our horizons, so to speak. So really this is about the song of empowerment is what I would say. The song of emotional maturity and emotional regulation is also what I'm hearing. Number 6 is what needs to set in your life. So in other words, what is ready to kind of create its own path or create its own place in your life where, it's going to feel more stable, and that's going to help you feel confident about yourself and what you're doing. So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is about, to me, again, this is about fire, and it's about understanding your boundaries. Is what I'm hearing is what needs to set in your life is boundaries. Because what I hear is people are going to be talking, people are going to be spreading rumors, people are going to be gossiping. So what I would say to this potential client, or if I was reading this for myself, is saying what needs to set in your life is your boundaries. It's going to help you immensely. It's going to help you set a better path than what you have had, because your boundaries may have not been very good in the past, and that may have been, compromised because you're too empathic, you're too giving, you're too forgiving, you're too this and that. So that's something to look into. Number 7, new messages coming to you. So what are these new messages that Spirit's been trying to give you for some time, or that is coming up in the future? Wow, okay. So we have the 8 of Cups upright. And this is, to me, this is about not only walking away, but seeing new opportunities. And understanding that, yes, you have opportunities now, you've had them in the past, you're going to have more in the future, but a lot of you are stuck on, for whatever reason, they're wanting me to talk like this is a collective reading for whatever reason. I don't know why that came through, but I'm going to go with it. A lot of you are stuck on messages that was said to you, or opportunities, emotional opportunities. This doesn't have to be romantic. It could be emotional fulfillment in any aspect of your life, money, work, friendships, business partners, spirit messages, personal development, you name it, okay? This is saying that the new messages that are coming to you, what I'm hearing is it's not going to build on the old. And that's interesting, because when we look at new messages, we also want to kind of take into consideration what we've been told before, right? Well, this is almost like Spirit is giving you a new second chance. And they're showing me a quarter. They're showing me one side then the other. They don't want you to look at it like that for whatever reason. A lot of you feel like it's about the luck of the draw. It's about the cards that you've been given. I don't know. Someone might have that kind of mindset, or have been told that quite a bit in the past when it comes to messages from Spirit. Oh, it's not in the cards for you, but don't look at that in a negative way. It's okay. You got other blessings that are coming. They want you to scratch that out. Don't even worry about what was said in the past and move forward. If it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't make you excited, if it doesn't motivate you, forget about it. Okay? And it's not about forget about it like, oh, if it's something that you could have really took and you could have really helped made yourself better, that, hold on to that. But I'm talking about the stuff that is going to make you kind of depressed, or that's going to make you kind of down about yourself. That's not going to build you up. Get rid of it. Because what we're seeing here is the new messages coming in is about a lot of emotional fulfillment. And it's not just about one area of your life. It's going to go through all areas of your life. And they're showing me, for whatever reason, the number 8, they're showing me 8 months. So this could be, you have to unlearn a lot of what you've learned emotionally in the last 8 months, so that the next 8 months are going to be better than the last 8 months. But I'm seeing blessings coming in. These messages are supposed to help you and guide you to a higher point of I don't want to say entitlement, because we want to stay humble, right? But it's giving you more of a boost of excitement, a boost of a zest for life again. And they're showing me the word zeal for whatever reason. And that's kind of giving me more Bible verses about being zeal. Zeal. And I'm not typing it, I'm saying it, I'm spelling it out. But there's a reason why they want me to do that for whatever reason. So I'm just going to go with it. Just Just go with it, guys, okay? The next position is number 8, and that is what old messages are trying to reach you at this time / at your grave. And what I mean by grave, I mean the point, and this might seem a little bit morbid, but the grave of who you often go back to. And what I mean by that is there's a part of you that is very comfortable with an aspect or a memory or even a part of your coping skills that you go to often because you feel like it saves you. But it might, and it might not. It might actually be something that is in the shadow that needs to be released, or it might be something that is in the shadow that needs to be rebirthed. But what I mean by grave, I mean about a point of comfort, a point of yourself where you're very sure about, okay? So again, what old messages are trying to reach you at your grave? So wow, we have the 4 of Wands in reversed. And as we see this, see, to me, I'm getting it as it says, the 4 of Wands in reverse, right? With the 2 ravens, this is telling me that a lot of this has to do with inner and outer world, but it also has to do with connections to other people. With it being in reverse and it being, when it comes to Wands, this has to do with the fire energy, the passion. So what, again, and it's going back to that motivation, it's going back to that drive. The old message that's trying to reach you right now is it's hard to explain, but they're wanting you to ask yourself, in the past, when it comes to past connections, when it comes to past experiences, right? For whatever reason, it's becoming more of a romantic thing. I don't know why. But the old messages that you have programmed yourself to believe, whether they're right or they're wrong, it's been a identity. It's been a way for you to overexert yourself. It's been a way to people please. It's been a way to really not take accountability for yourself and what you need. You're always worried about other people. You're always worried about getting someone else's attention or their approval. That is a message that's trying to reach you. How can you use all that drive, all that passion, all that empathy, all that love, unconditional love that you have for other people, how many ever times they hurt you? And it could be someone new every single time. I don't know. But Spirit wants you to see, how can you give that to yourself? How can you give that to yourself and start to honor yourself and what you've done for other people and how you've sacrificed? And how can you give that to yourself, and how is that going to help other people in return? Because what they're telling me, when I channeled this, it didn't make sense, but now it does. When they're talking about the grave, they're talking about when we go to graves, we go to someone that we want to recognize, that we want to remember, that we want to pay respects to. What messages or what about yourself that you don't pay enough respects to, that you don't have enough a good rapport with, you know? Where can you go and really recognize yourself and honor yourself in a way that is still humble, but not, oh, I'm better than everybody? No, that's about, hey, look, this is a place where I was, and I've been in this position a lot, and I love myself because of it. I don't hate myself. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but this is my human. This is my human existence. This is the big core of who I am and who I'm meant to be. And how can I help myself and help others in return? Lead by example. For whatever reason, I'm getting emotional, but I'm going to move to the next question. We have 2 more, guys. I'm sorry. This is a long reading, but Spirit really wanted me to do it like this, so I'm going to go ahead and listen to Spirit. It always pays off. Okay, number 9 is, what sense is the strongest to you? So what of the sense, the Feel, taste, touch, hear, all that. What are the senses is the strongest? Okay, so we have, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So when if I was going to read this for myself for another potential client, I would say that with this being in reverse, this is about physical. You like to see the physical things come into fruition, but and it's not about touch, it's about sight. You have to have both in order for you to feel it the strongest. You can't just be like, oh, I see that. No, you have to feel it. Or you can't just feel it and be like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to go with it, right? You can't just close your eyes and be like, oh, yep, I feel it. I think it's a root. You know, you have to physically, okay, this is a St. John root, and this fulfills me. You know, I know what this is used for. It's used for success. It's used for path working for her success. So that is the strongest scent to you, is both touch and sight. You have to have both. You can't just have one. You got to have both for whatever reason. And then number 10 is the Raven's sight. What are you unable to see for your own good? So this could be, I don't want to say negative, but it can also be a positive. It could be the hidden and revealed, or the revealed that's still kind of hidden, you know what I mean? So it's balanced. We have the Knight of Cups. So this is about really good news. Someone delivering emotional reassurance to you. There is emotional reassurance coming, but you haven't been able to see it yet because you're so emotionally fixated on what's hurting you or what would help you get over that hurt. You're not really focusing in on the moment where you can actually see for your own good that, hey, there's something coming that's going to give you good news and it's going to give you good feeling. But you haven't received that yet because it's not time. And that doesn't mean it's never coming. It just means that it's not the right perspective, or you're not in the right alignment yet. And they're using all the senses again for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think it's about mindfulness. It's about being in the present moment. You're not able to see it yet because you're focusing on something else. Whether it be you're focusing on your mind, you're focusing on, touch too much. You're focusing in on what you're lacking in those aspects of your senses. But yeah, I hope that this has helped and has given you a new spread to work with. If you're a tarot reader, again, you could use it, you can sell it. Just please put that I channeled it and it is my spread, and you're more than welcome to use it. I really look forward to speaking with any of you and all of you in the future. And thanks again for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and ordering. And I will put my website down below. I will put my Cash App, and I will try to put my Venmo and my PayPal. I can do a reading through you, to you, by you paying me through those, or I can do a in-person, but that would have to be scheduled out and like a couple weeks in advance, and I would have to meet you face-to-face somewhere within the community. But yeah, I don't mind doing Zoom, Skype calls. I don't mind doing phone calls. I also do private YouTube videos, and that only you and I will have the link. Whoever purchased it, me and the person will have the link. And I also can do email readings as well, and that would be private as well. Just the person that has the email would get to receive it. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this spread and it gave you something to kind of maybe work with. If you're if you do journaling, maybe it's something you can journal about. And I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I will still be around. You can always get a hold of me. I will leave my email down below as well, the one that's the most quickest to get a hold of me. And then I'll leave my secondary email that I'm pretty good at getting into daily, so I won't miss your emails if you have any questions or comments, or you just want to kind of build a rapport and kind of just see what's going on. All right, guys, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a great new year and many blessings.